Hey everybody, Toys of Arkham here. I'm back with another review, and this is a review of a Neca Alien Romulus figure, and it is known as the Scorched Xenomorph, and we'll get a little bit more into that later on. And I'm also going to be reviewing the accessory pack that has come out with this particular figure from the same film. So as always, we'll have a look at the accessories first. I think you'll agree when you look at this, it is a stunning figure, and it's something that I've been waiting for quite a while, and delighted to have it. So let's have a look at the accessories first. Lots of hands. The Xenomorph in the Alien Romulus movie is obviously heavily inspired by the original H.R. Giger design, but one of the distinguishing factors from the other Xenomorph are the very large hands that this guy has, and this particular figure comes with a lot of hands, so you can have many poses, and the likes of this hand here would be very good for sort of crawling poses, climbing, but yeah, all different types of hand gestures. So if you're creative and you want to do some cool figure photography, or else you just want to obviously pose it on your shelf looking cool, lots of different options here for you. So you can see the absolute length of them. But great detail on these hands too. Long nails. Again, you can see that H.R. Giger inspired look to this. Stunning. Now, it also comes with this chest burster. So, if I can get it to focus. Horrible little thing. But it's a pliable material, so you can bend it, put it into different poses. Yeah, rotten. And then it also comes with this, very cool face hugger. So these, as you know, if you've seen the movie, feature very heavily in the movie, and there's some really cool scenes with these. And the design of these are more or less, I'm not exactly an expert on the face hugger designs, but they appear more or less the exact same as all other face huggers that we have seen before. On mine, I think this leg is a little bit warped. Not sure, I'd have to fix that out. Anyway, yeah, that's that. So as I said, this is the Scorched Xenomorph, and what's interesting about this particular figure and model is that you can take the front part of his dome off, where there is this scorch mark, and actually replace it with this clean dome. So I suppose you can go for two different looks. It's never really explained how he becomes the Scorched Xenomorph in the movie. I don't know if I've seen a scene with him actually with showing that scorched look. I think he must. But the theory is that if you remember, one of the characters used a sort of a cattle prod in on a cocoon where one of these was growing, and sent obviously electric bolts through the cocoon to try and kill it, and then a xenomorph emerges from that. And I suppose the theory is that this is the damage that was done by that cattle prod, and this is the way he's left. So I think that makes sense. I don't know if anyone has any other theories on it. You can leave it in the comments below. So I thought I'd use this light box here to showcase this figure, because I think lighting is very important. It brings out the different tones in these alien figures. I love the way there's a sort of a sheen to this guy, sort of like looks wet, and there's sort of like a translucence element to the plastic towards the end of the limbs, which is very cool. One thing I'm not pleased with on this particular figure, and it could be just the one I have, is if you look at that paint application around the scorch mark, it just looks like a blob of paint on mine. It doesn't look very well applied, and although I really like the idea of battle damage on any figure, and this is no exception, I think just because of the way that paint is, I just don't like that look. So if I take this off, which is relatively easy, oh, look at that. What an ugly looking mother flipper. We can give it this alternative look, which, if you bear with me, will look like, anything, if it won't go on, you know. No, that look, which I actually prefer. Yeah, I actually prefer that look. So he's a big guy, big chap, big figure. I'd say about 8-9 inches, depending on whichever way you can stand him on the legs. You can see it comes with this stand, and where it's sitting on the stand is actually the only height that the stand goes. So my belief and understanding is that this is the height he's supposed to be, because that's how he properly rests on that stand. I haven't tried to stand it up without the stand underneath, but I think it would be very hard without using the tail for balance at the back. And that tail is incredible. You can actually, let's do something here actually to change this up a bit. That tail at the back is very pliable. You can bend it into different directions. Let's just spin this guy around. There's a lot of great detail here. Really is amazing. Neca do a great job on these, and so do Hot Toys. Obviously Hot Toys much more expensive. I actually have this on order from Hot Toys on the 1/6 version of it. Let's see what else we got. Like you can see, that's incredibly cool. Gonna take some great photographs with this. Really is a great piece. Yeah, so there are all different types of colors that I never noticed on this figure, and it's like a gray, black, and then there are some brown tones. Hang on, we'll get this light on again. I'm just trying to figure out the lighting here that's best to just showcase the actual light on it. Sorry, the actual paint on it, should I say. Let's get a bit more of a brighter. Oh, I think that'll do it. Yeah, so you can see this sort of change in tones all the way through. Another distinguishing part of this is the mouth area, where the attachments from the jaw to the top of the mouth. There are like these three almost again translucent ligaments, and there's the inner jaw that protrudes, comes out as well. It's gonna fall there. The limbs on this are quite stiff, so just be careful when you get it out of the box. Like all these Neca figures, you nearly need to either dip them in warm water or get a hairdryer or something to just loosen them up. So we'll quickly have a look at the accessory pack as well. So it comes with this face hugger. Now the one thing the Romulus figures are missing at the moment is a human to sort of interact with. So we don't have a human to pose the alien with, and certainly not to put this on. Now you could put it on one of your other figures. So this face hugger would go over the head of a standard 6-inch figure, I'd imagine. But at the moment we don't have Rain or any of the other characters, unfortunately. So this comes with another face hugger that's open, and then a chest burster, and this one is sort of a crawling chest burster that's maybe running away. And a real cool accessory is this here. So I've opened it up. You can just open this up through the middle, you just separate it. But essentially you can put a face hugger that's already in a sort of a enclosed shape into the glass here and seal it together. And there are options with the glass that you can put around this. So obviously at the moment I have it looking like the chest burster, or sorry, the face hugger is about to escape from this containment unit. But you can actually interchange different glass with it so that it looks like it's captured, whereas right now it looks like it's about to break out. So that's really cool. Again, we need to get a human character so that the human can hold this. At the moment we don't have that. Again, we need a human to hold this brilliant, cool looking pulse rifle. This is the unique pulse rifle to the movie Romulus. We've never seen this version of the pulse rifle before. Personally, I prefer the original pulse rifle. I happen to have the original Hollywood Collectibles there. That's the 1-to-1 life-size version of it, which is very cool. So I don't really like this compared to that one, but it's not bad at all. But the standout accessory that we got with this pack is this, which is of course the big chap encased in meteor rock that we saw at the beginning of the movie. And there's really good weight to this. So as you can see, he's in a ball sort of encased in rock. Great detail on this. The Xenomorph itself is sort of a green gold type of sheen to it. Then on the other side, again, great detail. It's this rock that it's encased in, and you'll see there's a hole that you can simply screw. You could screw something into your wall, a screw or a nail or whatever, or a hook, and just hook that on. And it's a really cool accessory to have in your collection room. I might put that up there somewhere with my small alien setup here. But yeah, I'm really happy with this accessory set. In fairness to Neca, they've done a great job. It's something that they've put an awful lot of thought and effort into, and I just hope they continue with the line, because we do need a human figure of some description to interact with this amazing looking Xenomorph. Of course, there were lots of these in the movie, so you know, you could have your Scorched Xenomorph with that battle damaged dome as one of your characters and then just build them out and get a few of these if you so wish. For me though, one's enough. I'm very, very happy with this, and it's certainly something that'll have a really good presence on your shelf when you display it. And those of you who have the time will have great fun interchanging all the different hands and getting him to stand on his own without the use of that horrible stand. It's really not a great stand, as you can see. It's not something that you can manipulate or bend or whatever. It's just simply as it is, and you can only really sit him on top of it. You can't bend it in any way to, I suppose, complement any cool poses. So we'll have one last look of him, and then that'll be that. So you can see on the legs here, there's sort of a browny red going up the thighs. There's that sheen. And the dome, have a look at that dome. Like the Xenomorph from the original, the big chap, that is a translucent dome, and if you were to get close enough to it, you should be, it's sort of a fogged out dome, but you should be able to see the skull underneath it. But it's really cool. I suppose you could dock some points for the transition there from the translucent plastic to the plastic underneath. It's a bit too obvious there at the back. But again, I can live with that. There's also this sort of a spike coming out of the back, which is between where the pipes come out of his back too. I'm not quite sure if that was on the original. But yeah, he's a tall fella. Really cool. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed that review, and do like, comment, and maybe if you enjoyed this, consider subscribing, and I will talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye bye.